So jumping right in here, I'm at a Habitat for Humanity restore. And the first thing I found was a M.A. Hadley Christmas plate, which is pretty cool because I haven't found any M.A. Hadley before. And then I saw this face. It looks super unique with that little opening. It would be used kind of like a bud vase, and it was signed. So here's just an overview of the store. It's kind of a hidden gem to me. It's very rustic and kind of it is what it is, and I really wouldn't want it any other way. So here was a set of 4 pictures. They're cross stitch, and they were really cool. The frames were kind of dinged up and the corners weren't tight. But I did end up picking these up because I don't come across a ton of cross stitches, and I did really like the animals. I'm not sure if it's like a Native American design or maybe like a South American, Mexican design. And then I also saw this fish. It was really cute, and it had a stamp of the artist on there. It did have a few chips, but I think they only charged me 50 cents for that. And over here, I just wanted to show some of the old books. And this ottoman, which I ended up purchasing. It wasn't priced, but they said I could have it for $10. So I bought it. And I will pick it up tomorrow. So this next footage is from a Goodwill I went to. And let's look at the shelves together. I did see this pottery piece. I really liked it, but it ended up being the only one there, and I thought it was a little pricey for the size. It should have been like $1.99, so I ended up passing on it and picked up some other things to see. And here's kind of like the glassware, pottery, knickknacks shelf. Right there was my daughter trying on a superhero mask. I'm not sure which one it was, or maybe it was a Transformer. She is always shopping at Goodwill. This was really shiny and pretty. I was trying to read through the glass.
Yeah, I got a picture of you.
That sticker there. I can't remember what it said, but it wasn't a very notable maker. But I think maybe it said it was made in the Czech Republic, if I'm remembering right. And then that was really pretty, that dish and then that little lidded jar. I put them together. I don't pick up a lot of porcelain, so that's why I didn't pick that up. I'm just scared it might be a hard sell. I could be wrong, but yeah, I usually pass on porcelain. Now this I was pretty sure was modern, but I had to check, and it definitely looked modern, especially from the bottom. And that little guy was definitely hiding back there, but I saw that glaze, and it's like that bluish purple glaze. It's a redware pottery mug with a whale. I ended up looking it up, and it was a Thora mug, and it is signed Thora on the bottom. I don't do good selling mugs online. However, I want to sell them so badly online that I do pick them up. So hopefully someone buys it. I think it's pretty cool. We'll put it up there and see what happens. I think I listed it around $30 on my Etsy. I am doing a voiceover now after listing things, so this was kind of cool. That donut shape. Looked it over, it didn't really have a mark on it. It was a pressed glass piece. And this was a interesting amethyst bottle with a cork. I don't know very much about bottles. I know some of them are collectible. So I did put it in my cart so I could Google image it to look it up. I ended up putting it back because it just didn't have too much value. So I'm always learning at the thrift store. If something looks interesting like this, I put it in my cart and then I look it up and see what comes up on Google. When I did Google that one, I couldn't pull up that piece. and it didn't really have any marks on it, so I ended up putting it back. It was kind of mid-century looking to me, that's why I picked it up, and it kind of looked maybe Italian, I don't know. And then here is a carved box. That little sticker said made in India. It was really, really beautiful. I have so many boxes right now on my shop that I ended up just leaving that one. But it was in good shape. It didn't have any damage. Those kind of boxes go for around $20 to $30, at least for me. And then I didn't know if this was a Jim Shore, so I looked at it. I think it was in the style of Jim Shore, but not a Jim Shore. So if I would have picked that one up, I do have an eBay shop along with an Etsy one. I would have probably put that on eBay just because it wouldn't have fit my Etsy as well. And then anything that's not vintage, I put on eBay. So it's kind of nice having both. I don't put a whole lot on eBay. I do a lot better with my sales on Etsy. My items will sell higher and faster, so that's why I prefer Etsy. I was curious about this piece, so I flipped it over, and it looks like it might have been from Target. Now this looked like Polish pottery, but it was actually Temptations, which I believe is sold on QVC. I find the other patterns all the time at the thrift store, and they're just so common that they don't have a lot of resale value online. This next teacup, saucer, and little sugar bowl were so sweet and so cute. I was really close to buying this for maybe my daughter to do her little tea parties, or for my mom. I can see her maybe wanting that too. But I did end up putting it back eventually. I did look at this burn plate because it was a botanical. Certain brands of botanicals can resell well, and I wasn't familiar with that brand, so I did put it back. I thought maybe these plates were studio pottery pieces. They were cute with the daisy. They ended up being Foldscraft. I Google lensed it. And just like Temptations, there's a lot of Foldscraft out there, and most of it is not too great for reselling, so I left that on the shelf. Right here was a brass planter. Had little feet on it. I considered it, but it was full of floral foam. It didn't seem like a very high quality brass piece, so. And a box here caught my eye. It looked like a Russian lacquered box to me, but yeah, it didn't end up being that exciting, so I put it back. And then these are really cool, these bowls. They were handmade and the signature was there. I mean, the artist signed it at the bottom, but they were priced, I think, at $4 each. So just because of the price, I ended up not taking those home. I did like them. And then this box looked cool, and it did look vintage initially. And I was thinking about it, and then I flipped it over to the bottom, and I could see that wood at the bottom was new wood, really fresh new wood. So I ended up passing on that, and like I had said, I didn't need any more boxes. If I sell some boxes, I will definitely pick up some more boxes. And I did pick up this shell hook. I almost bought this for myself. We're doing a lot of remodeling in our house. We bought a fixer-upper, and I do decorate with brass and have brass hardware, and that was like a gold-colored, gold-plated shell hook, but I don't know. I guess I didn't need it right now, so just put it back. And looking through here, not seeing a whole lot. I do really like the wood section. It's one of my favorites. Didn't really come home with anything from it today, but I do really like it. I get a lot of good stuff there, like signs and all kinds of stuff. Now here, this was an interesting vase. I come to this Goodwill sometimes and it's been here for weeks and weeks. I haven't bought it, no one else has, but it is cool. I mean, that would be something you could probably put on Etsy and someone would buy. But I don't know, for one reason or another, I just didn't feel like picking that up. And then I did look at this Christmas tree for a while. It is a napkin holder, and I did really like the design of it, but it had some chips and it was a hobbyist piece, so I did leave that one. And here I'm just showing the Goodwill and showing this really cute little coffee shop. It's called Latte Lane, and my daughter and I went there afterwards as a treat to get something. It's really cute inside. It has like an organic modern style and it's very girly. And my daughter likes their bubble teas. She got one of those with those popping bobas. It's actually a lemonade with the popping bobas in it. And then I got that blue drink there. And then she had got that Lilo and Stitch from Goodwill and she put them in the car seat. And this last picture is just of that vase. I did take some pictures like I wanted to list it, and then I decided I wanted to keep it. So that's kind of what it would look like with a few sprigs of something inside of it.